Ladies and gentlemen, Florida got hit with a huge amount of rain overnight. They literally had to shut everything down, including the airport, because up at the airport, the tarmac is flooded. So you can't fly any planes in or out of there. Thousands of people are stuck up at the airport, and the schools are closed. The government agencies are, I mean, everything is closed down there. This monster storm dumped several inches overnight. They're saying some locations will get up to 20 inches of rain. It is insane. But we have seen a lot of events that have been really severe, and this is right up there. I'm going to go ahead and show you this video from CNN.
This is Fort Lauderdale. Heavy downpours and thunderstorms here and in many other parts of South Florida. Vehicles submerged, and this video shows a person swimming down a flooded street. Weather forecasters are calling the rainfall in some areas of Broward County a 1 in 50-year rainfall event. Some other places are seeing even more extreme rainfall, possibly up to 20 inches of rain. That would be at least a 1 in 200-year rainfall event. All this according to a CNN analysis of precipitation statistics from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. On Wednesday evening, officials in Fort Lauderdale asked residents to avoid driving or traveling to or across the city. In a news release, they told residents, quote, "Public works staff are clearing drains and operating pumps to mitigate the water as quickly as possible." The Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport was a drenched mess for many travelers, as shown by this video posted on Facebook. Another person posted this video and photographs on Twitter. An airport almost completely paralyzed by the historic flooding. By Wednesday evening, the airport was closed. Heavy rain in Miami-Dade County as well. Here too, in the city of Miami, residents are experiencing severe flooding. In Hialeah, streets have become rivers. For many residents of this mobile home trailer park, the water is not draining fast enough. On Wednesday night, the National Weather Service told residents in South Florida to stay off the roads and not attempt to travel unless they're fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order.
As you can see, this thing came fast and it hit hard down there in South Florida. So they're calling this their 1,000-year rain event. You know, sometimes a rainstorm can dump as much water as a hurricane. And that is exactly what has happened. I've seen these things happen even where I am, especially when you live along the shore, you will see these events. So this happened in Broward County. They were under a flash flood emergency. It closed everything, schools, a lot of cars on the road that were abandoned. As you see, the airport, I'm going to show you a video of the airport where the tarmac is flooded. You just can't fly nothing in and out of there. It wasn't just the rain. They said the wind gusts were off the charts, and there were some isolated possible tornadoes down there. They're estimating before this is over, because it is going to rain again down there, that some parts of Broward County will get 14 to 20 inches of rain. Y'all, this is from the afternoon of Wednesday to Thursday. That amount of rain, it is insane. So, of course, the flood is so severe in many areas down there right now. So the mayor is telling people to stay in. Um, it was just so much rain in a 24-hour period that it just literally paralyzed everything down there. And a rainfall of 20 to 25 inches were similar with a hurricane that came down there. But what can you do? You know, this is where the Most High is in charge. He is in charge. No doubt about it. I mean, they can talk about global warming, climate change. No, the Heavenly Father is in charge and he can do whatever he wants. And we have saw similar flooding last year. Dallas flooded real bad last year, St. Louis. If y'all remember Kentucky, in fact, when the Kentucky flood happened last year, that was around the same time they found Carolyn Bryan's behind down there in Bowling Green. And Yellowstone flooded real bad. So there were real bad flood events in 2022, and look like 2023 is not going to disappoint. Okay, so you can see how bad it really got down there. So I'm going to show you one more video from NBC6 out of Florida.
Any update from your vantage point? I know that the countdown is on for those midday flights. Not sure if it's going to happen.
Certainly not sure. In fact, I just spoke with an airport spokeswoman. She said that there's a meeting this morning at 10 a.m. to find out whether that's going to happen or if perhaps it'll be pushed back. This is the problem that we've been telling you about all morning here. Water all over the tarmac and on the runways here. Just incredible. Now, the spokeswoman I talked to, I asked her, is there any way that you can pump the water off of the tarmac, off of this area? And what she said to me was, well, where would we take the water? Where would we put the water? Everything is saturated all around the airport. She said that right now they're having to rely on Mother Nature for this to drain naturally. And if you've been with us this morning, you can see some spots where it's starting to dry out. In fact, you can perhaps make out some seagulls. It looks to be like seagulls flying and landing there in between some of the runway areas there, kind of a dry strip that we're just starting to see now. We did not see that earlier, but the water is still covering the runways, and still the runway lights that you normally see remain submerged this morning. So there's simply no way for planes to take off and planes to land. And we've been speaking with travelers who have been stranded here and having to spend the night, and the story really is much like frustration from those who were hoping to make it home and now just wondering, what they're going to do. And as for Jasmine Gonzalez, who is here, you've been trying to make it home to New York for your dad's funeral. My condolences on the loss of your dad. When you look out here and you see this water, what does it tell you?
It looks like hell. I don't mean to cuss on the news, but it looks crazy, It looked like a whole bunch of water. I think I asked them, I said, well, how could y'all get all this water up? They said, oh, the plunger, they said it's all flooded. Then I said, well, can't you get something to suck the water up? Because, our landlords, we have water floods and stuff like this. They suck all the water up. They said, no, they don't have anything to suck it up. They said the men are driving on the runway, that's the runway, right? On the runway to pick up the water.
We have seen vehicles going back and forth, but again, I just spoke with an airport official who said it's going to be Mother Nature. They're going to rely on the natural receding of this water. And I know you're hoping to get out on a flight just early this afternoon. Tell us about that.
Well, they told me from 6 o'clock this morning I've been supposed to be flying. Then 9:15. Now 12:45. They just text me and told me 3:30. I don't think we're going nowhere. So what next can we do? Because you have to call the government so the government can know what's going on here, because this is crazy.
Jasmine, I understand your frustration, certainly. Thank you so much for speaking with us. We hope you make it home to New York.
Thank you. And I love NBC6.com.
Thank you, Jasmine. That's very kind. But we'll go ahead and take another look at the water here, where vehicles have been just plowing through. And so we can tell from our vantage point, certainly, that it's gotten a little bit better. But the main problem is, how are you going to get planes through here? How are they going to be able to take off and land? And so, again, the airport airport spokeswoman telling me that as for that noon, perhaps reopening that they were aiming for, at this point, that is up in the air. And we're just going to be right on top of that and track that for you and let you know as developments continue. But right now, they don't have a way to move all of this water. And that is the main problem, especially as we're expecting more rain possibly this afternoon.
All right, for all of my subscribers in Florida, be safe for real. This is horrible. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.